All right, today we are diving deep into the mind of Naval Ravikant. We're going to decode his really timeless principles for not just building wealth, but for achieving what really matters, freedom. This isn't just about money. Think of it as a complete operating system for a better life. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like getting rich is just a game of luck? So many of us feel this way. We put in the hours, we do what we're told, but financial freedom? It just feels like a lottery ticket, something for the lucky few. It's this constant struggle, this feeling that maybe the game is rigged. But what if? What if we've been looking at the game all wrong?
And right here, this is the idea that changes absolutely everything. Naval's core argument is that getting rich isn't about luck. Not at all. It's a skill. And just like any other skill, it's something you can learn, a game you can actually master. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to break down the 5 core pillars of that skill, one by one.
Okay, so our first pillar kicks off with a really critical distinction. Most of us are taught to chase money, right? A bigger salary, a fatter bonus, but Naval says that's totally missing the point. The real goal is wealth. So what's the actual difference?
This right here gets to the absolute heart of the mindset shift. See, money is just what you get for trading away your time. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. It's a direct trade. But wealth is owning the machine. It's having assets, a business, some software, a media brand that are cranking out income for you even when you're not working. So the real goal isn't just a high salary, it's the stop trading your time for money, period.
Now, I know this quote sounds pretty provocative, and that's the point. A steady paycheck feels safe, doesn't it? But Naval argues it's an addictive trap. It gives you just enough predictable income that you slowly upgrade your lifestyle, bit by bit, which keeps you chained to that treadmill. It makes you afraid to take risks and stops you from making the bold moves you need to make to build real wealth.
Okay, so if wealth comes from assets, how in the world do you build them? Well, it all starts right here with our second pillar. You have to arm yourself with knowledge that is uniquely yours. This is the bedrock of everything we're going to talk about. And the most important thing to get here is that this has nothing to do with what you learn in school. Specific knowledge is that weird, unique blend of your natural talents, your strange obsessions, and your own life experiences. Just think about it for a second. What's that thing you loved doing as a kid, or that topic you just can't stop reading about? It's deeply, deeply personal. And this is exactly what makes it so valuable, because you find it by doing, by failing, by trying again. It can't just be taught in a classroom or easily automated away by some AI. It's your personal superpower. And here's the tell. When you find something that feels like fun and games to you, but looks like ridiculously hard work to everybody else, you found it. That's your specific knowledge. This idea flows perfectly from the last one. Naval's point here is that competition, well, that's for people who are just copying each other. When you build a skill set based on who you authentically are, there is no competition. Think about it. Nobody on this planet can compete with you at being you. This means your whole journey to wealth should just be an extension of your true self. Okay, so you've figured out your specific knowledge, but that by itself isn't going to cut it. The third pillar is all about magnifying your impact. You need leverage. Think of leverage as the force multiplier for your judgment and all your unique skills. So Naval breaks leverage down into 3 main types. First, you've got labor, the oldest one in the book. Managing people. It works, but man, it's messy and hard to scale. Then there's capital, using money to make more money. Definitely better, but you kind of need money to get started. But here it is, the absolute game changer for our era. The new leverage is code and media. We're talking software, podcasts, videos, writing. This kind of leverage is permissionless. Anybody can start using it. And it can work for you 24/7. And this is where the real magic happens. You can write one piece of code, record one video, or write one article just one time. And it can be copied and sent out to millions of people with almost zero extra cost. This is how you really scale your specific knowledge. And finally, to catch your income from your time.
So you've got your specific knowledge, and you know how to apply leverage. But how do you get society to actually give you that leverage? Well, the answer is our 4th pillar. You have to take on full accountability. What does that mean? It means putting your name on the line. It's about taking public ownership of your work, the wins and the losses. Because when you do this, you're building a reputation, you're building a brand. Society sees that you're willing to accept the risk that comes with failure and not builds an incredible amount of trust.
Let's think about it this way.
When you're just another anonymous cog in a giant company, sure, you're shielded from risk, but you also give up any real upside. But when you embrace accountability, think about people like Oprah or Joe Rogan or Elon Musk, you're taking on huge risk, but you also get the equity, you get the control, and you get the massive rewards that can come with it. You're playing for the grand prize.
And this is just so powerful, because taking risks under your own name doesn't just build your public reputation, it builds your self-respect. You are living with integrity and you know it. And that internal reputation, well, that's the one that matters most.
And now we've arrived at the fifth and final pillar. This is the capstone skill, the one that ties everything else together. Because you can have all the specific knowledge, all the leverage, and all the accountability in the world, but if you don't have good judgment, it is all for nothing.
So what is judgment really? It's wisdom. It's the ability to make the right call in really complex situations. Naval uses Warren Buffett as the perfect example. People don't give Buffett billions of dollars because of how many hours he works. They give it to him because of his world-class judgment, a skill he has spent a lifetime building through experience.
Now, to help cultivate this, Naval has this radical idea. Set an absurdly high personal hourly rate. He used $5,000 an hour for himself. Why would you do that? Well, it forces you to value your time. You start asking yourself, is arguing with this stranger on the internet worth $5,000? Is running this little errand worth $5,000? It forces you to delegate everything else and focus only on the high-leverage decisions that truly demand your unique judgment.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of the whole blueprint. It's a surprisingly clear path. First, you seek wealth, not just money. That means building assets that earn for you. Second, you build your specific knowledge based on your authentic self. Third, you amplify that knowledge with the permissionless leverage of code and media. Fourth, you take on risk and accountability by putting your own name on things. And finally, you tie it all together with superior judgment. See how each pillar builds on the last? It creates this incredibly powerful system for generating wealth.
Now, let's just zoom out for a minute. There's one last principle that holds all of these pillars together. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It is all about playing the long game.
And honestly, this is the key to everything. Whether we're talking about your investments, your closest relationships, or your skills, the biggest rewards in life never come in a straight line. They compound. They grow exponentially. But you have to stick with things, people, places, projects, long enough to actually see those amazing rewards. I absolutely love this mantra. What does it mean? It means act with urgency. Don't procrastinate, don't wait for the perfect moment. Just act. But once you have acted, be patient. You have to understand that meaningful results take time. The seeds you plant today are not going to be a forest tomorrow. You have to have the patience to let them grow.
And we're going to end on this incredibly powerful idea. The point is simple, but it's really profound. True freedom, the freedom to think, to create, to pursue things that really matter to you, it all begins with financial freedom. Build your wealth first, become the king of your own life, and from that position of strength and security, you can pursue absolutely anything.